Alright, we do not have actual photos of Jane Austen, but this is her painting. Well, hello guys, and today we will be talking about Jane Austen. So let's get started on about her. Now we don't know much about Jane Austen, sadly, because of her life was basically a big mystery. A very, very big mystery, and that is one of the reasons why we don't know about her that as well as we know, as we think we do. We have to figure her out through the books she actually wrote, and that is actually harder than actually finding out ourselves by just going into documents, because they're all mostly burnt. And now this is when her writing year starts, because we don't really know at all what her childhood is like. Oh well, at least you have to know all of these during your writing years. And then seriously forget about them. Oh well, whatever it is. That is her writing years, and then basically after that she started writing a lot. Her parents decided to give her a place. Her parents, well, educated her so much that they even let her have a place to write. And Jane Austen was seriously captivated by it. And this was the place where she started furiously writing. She starts writing masterpieces, where she starts writing letters and manuscripts themselves, and eventually even writing, well, all the books that she writes today. And she eventually started writing, and then she eventually was able to write classics like Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice. Okay, that's where she writes the manuscript. Mansfield Park, Emma, Northanger Abbey, and Persuasion. And that is how she all wrote these books. And then she was able to actually do all of the books. And then here are actually all of the books that, well, I just shown you. Here's Sense and Sensibility, which was published on October of 1811. And here is the movie version. Here's the Sense and Sensibility movie version, which won the 1995 Academy Award nominations, and which is also including the Best Picture winner, Best Screenplay of Emma Thompson. Pride and Prejudice, this is the book version. And then there's even a film version. Also, there's also, for some reason, a zombie version, like Slay with Pride, Kill with Prejudice. For some reason, there's a zombie version. Mansfield Park by Jane Austen, and then here is the actual movie version. Also, I've never read the actual book and never watched the movie. Jane Austen's Emma is right here, and well, here's the 2022 film version. And then Northanger Abbey, that's the book, and this is the film version. And Persuasion, her last book, and this is surprisingly the 2022 version. This is the 2020 version, and this was the 2022 version from July 15th of Netflix. I got this from IMDb photos, so yeah. And now, on to her letters. Now, she wrote numerous letters all her life, but they were burned by her family. They burned them because, well, we don't know. It's like they had no reason to burn them. It may have been because then they read Jane Austen's letters. There were some things that were like, it's about me and I'm embarrassed, so we have to burn these. And only a few of the surviving letters that we have today are used to, well, find out about the British Jane Austen's life. And we still have a lot of guesswork here. we have a lot of guesswork to do, so we'll have to go and inspect everything clearly, find every nook and cranny of the clues, find every clue, and then, well, try to combine those clues together to find an actual, actual result. And that is pretty much how it happens. And now for the dates. Let's start with Sense and Sensibility. Sense and Sensibility was published on October of 1811. There's the movie version. Where'd it go? Oh. Pride and Prejudice was published on January of 1813. Mansfield Park was published on July of 1814. Next year, on the release of Emma, it was published in the December of 1815. Northanger Abbey was published on Northanger Abbey was published on December of 1818, and Persuasion was published on December of 1817. And these two last ones, the Northanger Abbey and Persuasion, were all published a year after Jane Austen's death. And we still don't know much about her, because there's not much about her we have left. And we'll have to use those to actually analyze them, to see the world and try to see the world in Jane Austen's eyes, and try to think of how she would have lived right now, and also how she lived back then. And that's a very tough thing to do when you just have a few letters and the books of the author. And we still don't know a lot of these at all. A lot of the actual Jane Austen facts that I just told you here are all historically accurate. But the rest that might eventually become historical facts, right now, is just guesswork. And so let's just continue exploring more. And until then, well, I just hope there's something good about it. Well, until then, see you guys in the next episode, because if you guys did enjoy this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you want to learn more about authors, historical events, educational, and other educational topics, and even a bit of travel, then watch other videos on my channel. See you then. Shanine out. Peace. What bada 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 what what dun 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 dun